Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our class today. I'm sorry I'm late for around 3 minutes. So today is a continuation of the topic that we had last week, which was all about relationship. Yes, Yasikan, can you hear me? Number 17.
Yes.
Yes, what did we say last week? What is a relationship?
Relationship is the couple.
A couple relationship is an example of relationship, but I'm asking about the meaning. What is the meaning of a relationship? On Peron, cannot talk to me. Chayanate, number 14.
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, can you remember what we said last week? What's a relationship?
Teacher มีพรพิรุณมี
Chayanate,
okay
Chayanate Porahong, yes.
Two people more than have connecting.
Exactly. Thank you so much. We said a relationship is a connection between two or more people. Then we talked about examples of relationships. So your friend has already said one is married couple. We said a couple is like a pair. In Thai, I don't know how you call couple. Maybe ku, K-H-U, ku couple. So it can be husband or wife. It can be lesbians. It can be gay. It can be ladyboys, wherever. So that is like a couple. Karim Chayabul.
Yeah.
Karim. Yes, another example of a relationship we talked about last week.
Family.
Family relationship, where we talked about parent-child relationship. For me to the baby. Okay, that is good. Chanunda Gavchakon.
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, one example of a relationship. Friends relationship, good. And we have our boss today, number 19. Yes, number 19. Can you hear me?
Hello, teacher.
It's like today you are the first one to join class, so you are our boss. Yes, example of a relationship.
Yes.
Yes, give me one example of a relationship. We've talked about parent-child, couple, relationship, friends. And one more example from you. No idea. Suripon Rodchom.
Yes.
Yes.
Teacher and student.
Teacher-student relationship. Good. Number 1. Student number
Yes.
1. Yes.
Siblings.
Sibling. That is sister or brother. And I used to say Pinong. Number 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
My boyfriend boyfriend and girlfriend.
Boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. Good. Number 4. Number 4.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the name? Yes, sorry.
Employee.
Employer and employee. Good. Number 8.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Co-worker.
Co-workers. Yeah. I don't know how you say co-workers. Maybe it's Puan. Is it Puan? Puan Tamgan or Puan Ngan. Whatever. Number 9. Number 9. Yes, number 9. How do you call the relationship with Puan Ban? Puan Ban in English. Number 10. Yes, how do you call that relationship with Puan Ban?
What?
You understand Thai? Puan Ban. Oh, you cannot remember? We talked about neighbor. Neighbor is the person staying near or next to your house or next to your home. So those are just examples of relationships. So today I will be giving you homework. Actually not homework, this is like a project, yeah, where you need to score. The project is out of 20 marks. So you have to work very hard to get the score. It will take you 1 month to get ready to make your project, to make your video, and I will give instructions. So now all of you will pick one topic. You will just tell me your number and the topic that you want. For example, I'm number 1. I will present about siblings. Or I'm number 6. I will make a video about neighbor. So just number and topic, like 1, neighbor. 3, teacher, student. So this is 5/3. So the topics are here: siblings, siblings, friends, co-workers, classmates, neighbor, teacher, student, doctor, patient, and parent, child. So just tell me your number and tell me the topic.
Number 17, classmates.
Just 1 minute. Yes, next.
20 friends.
Next.
23 friends.
Next. Next.
11 friends.
28 friends.
Just happening. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
26 friends.
1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. 32. Oh, 26.
Friends. Yeah.
Next.
75 friends.
A friend is finished. No more friends. Enough people. Next.
33 neighbors.
Next.
Number 4, teacher, student.
Number 4. Just
5.
Yes.
I say 5, not 4.
Number 1, doctor and patient.
Next.
19 neighbor.
19.
Neighbor.
Next.
2 neighbor.
Next.
4 doctor and patient.
Next.
31 parents.
Next.
38 friend.
No, friend is full. No more friend. You need to change topic.
15 parent child.
Number 15.
Yes, parent child.
Next.
18.
Neighbor.
18.
18 siblings.
Next.
24 siblings.
Next.
37 siblings.
7 siblings. Next.
39 siblings.
39.
30 siblings.
Oh, there's a boy who talked about siblings. I don't want to lock him out. Okay, good. Next.
30.
38 neighbor.
30. Finish.
40 neighbor.
38. Neighbor.
25 teacher and student.
25.
30 neighbor.
40 neighbor.
Oh, wait. 1 minute. 1 minute.
38 neighbor.
Teacher 34 ไม่ no 30
Okay. Next.
neighbor.
34.
34 neighbor.
Next.
38 neighbor.
Neighbor. Finish. Next.
29 doctor and patient.
3 doctor and patient.
13 teacher student. 36 parent ค่ะ
40 parents.
16 parent and child.
So everybody confirm your number and your topic.
27 doctor.
6 doctor.
No, number 27 and number 6. I will give you co-worker. 27. 26. 27 and 26. Oh, and number 6, sorry. Not 26. And number 6. It's a very good topic. You will like it. Then number 38. Number 38, I will take you to classmate. It's very nice. So don't feel bad. I know why I'm doing that. Okay, ready? So you need to save that. Remember your number. So I only changed for number 27 and number 26. I also changed number maybe 38 to join number 17. Okay. Anybody left? Let me see, please.
14 co-worker.
14.
32 co-worker.
Okay, done. Anybody else?
10.
Yes.
10 friend and child. Parent child.
Okay, parent, child, close.
22 teacher and student.
22. I finish. To save this. So take a screenshot and remember your topic. So I want to give instructions now. When you make your video, when it's ready, you will be sending your video to my email. So I'm forwarding my email to your classroom. So when you finish, all your videos should be sent to my email. How do you send your videos to my email? You will go to your mobile phone or your notebook. Ensure you have this application, the Google Drive. When you open it, you will upload. You will go to New and File Upload. You upload your video to your drive, so you will see your videos like this. Then you will forward your video from your drive to my email. So you will forward that video and I will find it. Because you cannot send the videos in Messenger, otherwise I will not have space. You can imagine 500 videos from 500 students. That will be a lot. Okay, so these are the instructions. Number one, your video must be more than 2 minutes, song not T and above, and not more than 5 minutes. So your video can be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes, 1 second, 2 minutes, 50 seconds, still okay. When you start making your video, number one, you will start with introduction. You will introduce yourself. In your introduction, you will say your name, your class, your number, and your topic. For example, my name is Ratapon, number 5 from M5/3. I'm going to talk about relationship, and my topic will be about parent-child relationship. So you have introduced yourself. So once you say your name, you can mix. You can say name, class number, or name, number, class, then topic. No problem. That is part 1. From there, you will start using photos to make your video. Rukai or Thai. I have no idea how you call that in Thai. So you will show a photo to introduce the person you want to talk about. Apart from maybe if you have many friends and many classmates, then the first photo can have many people. But if you are introducing only one person, like you want to introduce your mom, your dad, or imagine you are the dad, you want to introduce your son or your daughter, the photo will only have one person. The first photo for introduction, you only need one person in that photo. If you have many co-workers, the photo can have all the co-workers. But if it's only one co-worker, then the photo should only have one person. Same with neighbor. If you want to talk about 2 neighbors, the photo will have two neighbors. If it's one, then you will start with one. You want to talk about your sibling, your brother or your sister, then the first photo is only your sister for introduction. For example, it's good to do this with examples. For example, you have introduced yourself. Maybe you say, my name is Kemikase, number 28 from Matthew 5/3. Today I'm going to talk about relationship, and my topic is sibling relationship. After introduction, you show the first photo. Then you talk, you say, maybe, this is my brother, Nati. He was born 50 years ago in Bangladesh. I love him so much because he is handsome, hardworking, and funny. So meaning this photo was taken 50 years ago when he was born. Maybe you want to introduce your friend. Here. If you have two friends, you will introduce two friends. If you have one, you will introduce one friend. If it's two, for example, this one here, you can introduce them and say, these are my friends, Kem and Him. They all study in Rachabat University, Duansit campus. They are so beautiful, awesome, and they just like my family. We do a lot of things together, and we all plan to be doctors. So you have introduced your friends. If it's one, then you will show a photo of only one friend and talk about your friend. If you have many, then you will show a photo of many friends. For example, this photo here, you can use it to introduce even your sibling. You can say, this is my brother, Kim. He is 32 years old and he is a doctor in Simburi Hospital. I love him so much because he is kind and handsome. He is the best brother in the world. That is introduction. Maybe you want to talk about workmates. Yeah, workmates. Maybe you can say, these are my workmates. We are teachers in Simburi School. I love them because they are always happy and they are so kind to me. So that is introduction. Or you can say, these are my workmates in KFC Simburi. We are all happy people. We help each other at work and do a lot of crazy stuff together. So you've introduced workmates. It can be all about your neighbor. If you want to talk about your neighbor, it can be one person or many people. You can introduce one neighbor or many neighbors. For example, this is my neighbor, Chayanit. We have stayed close to each other for 52 years in Bangrachan town. She or he is so amazing because he has cute dogs and his children are so friendly to my children. So you imagine you are a big person, your neighbor is old and you are old, no problem, because it's all about creativity. So the way you explain yourself, it's not a must for you to present like a student. You can imagine you are an old man. It can even be friends. You can introduce this as friends. Yeah, you say, but when you are introducing a friend, one friend, then it's good to use one photo. But when you are introducing many friends, then you can use a photo with, like this one here is good. Yeah, like this is my friend Peter. Yeah, he comes from Chiang Mai. Yeah, I took this photo 3 weeks ago when I went to visit him. We had a good chat. Yeah, we always like going out fishing together and sometimes playing chess. So you've introduced your friend. Same with doctor, patient. You can decide to be a doctor and introduce your patient, or you can be a patient and introduce your doctor. For example, if you are the patient, you will say, "This is my doctor, Poon." Yeah. He is a surgeon in Singapore hospital, and whenever I have a problem, I always go to him for consultation. He is a very smart doctor and very hardworking, and I love him so much. Or you can introduce your patient if you are the doctor. Maybe you can say, "This is my patient, Chayanit, who has a back problem. He came to me 50 years ago, and he has been coming to my hospital for therapy. He's a good man because, or he's a good lady because he tells me a lot of stories about the past and encourages me to work hard and never to give up." So that is introduction. Same thing, you can introduce your classmates, either even in university or maybe Matthew. That will be up to you depending on when the photo was taken. Like you can say, "These were my classmates in Patana International School 10 years ago. We were a good group and a hard-working class. Every teacher wanted to come and teach in our class. Yeah. We always submitted our homework in good time, and all of us could speak good English. I really miss them a lot." So you have introduced your classmates. Or maybe it can be all about university. You can say, "These are my classmates in Harvard University in the United States of America. We are all studying to be doctors." Yeah. Most of them don't like to smile because they are always busy with their studies and to submit their projects, but they are so kind. They are so kind because we do our homeworks and presentations together, and sometimes we go out for fun. So you've introduced your classmates. Teacher, student. You can introduce your teacher, or you can be the teacher and introduce, "This is, maybe this is my teacher, Common One. She is my mathematics teacher in Simburi School. I like her because she is always smart, happy, and focused. I think she is the best teacher in my life." That is introduction. Or you can be the teacher and you introduce your student. Yeah. So it's either way. Whatever you decide is good for you. Yeah. Maybe this is my student, Kim Chanok. She is in Matthew 5/10 in Loburi School. She is so beautiful, hardworking, and she always likes to ask questions whenever she is at school. She plans to be a doctor, and I wish her dreams will come true. So you've introduced your student. So part 1 basically is about introduction. Then next, you will start showing photos now of two people. If you are introducing your sibling, now you start showing a photo of you and your sibling, you and your friend or friends, you and your classmate, you and your neighbors, you and your teacher, you and your parent, you and your co-worker, or you and your doctor. Yeah. Same with parent-child. When you introduce, you will show a photo. Maybe you want to introduce your father or your parents together. Yeah. So you can introduce them together. You can say, maybe this is my father, Dom, and my mother, Kim. They took this photo 10 years ago or 62 years ago when I was born. They are kind parents who always take care of me, celebrate my birthdays, although sometimes they like shouting and I don't like it. So it means you can talk about something which is not so good, but a little bit of it. Because we said in a relationship, we have good things and bad things. So that is introduction. Now, next you will start showing photos with the people now together. If it's a sibling, maybe you will tell us about you and your brother or you and your sister traveling together. Like this photo here, you can say, during this time, maybe it was during Songkran when my sister and I traveled to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, the United States of America. We went there for 6 days. We enjoyed different kinds of food, walked along the streets of New York, and went swimming in Miami Beach. It was so wonderful, and my sister was so happy. So you are introducing now you and your sibling together in the same photo. Same with now you and your friends. If you were talking about friends, you can talk about you and your friends traveling. Maybe you can say, I remember I had a trip with my friends to Kauai where we went hiking. Yeah, we went hiking for 5 days. We all slept in the tent. We had no food sometimes. And I remember my friend Pim got sick and we had to take him or her to the hospital and we had to come back home. It can be all about classmates. It can be one classmate or many classmates. So maybe you can say, this is my classmate Helen. When we traveled to Phuket, we enjoyed eating seafood, traveled to give some donation to the monks in the temple, yeah, and finally returned back home when we were so happy. It can be all about traveling with your neighbors. You say, this day I organized a trip with my neighbors to Loburi Sunflower Garden, where we took a walk. That day we took a lot of photos. Then later we had Shabu in Robinson, Loburi. So you are trying to explain now the relationship with your neighbor. Same with your teacher. It can be you traveling with your teacher and you explain. And maybe you say, this day our teacher took us on a trip to Bangrachan Market, yeah, where we went to see maybe buffaloes and the rice fields. It was an amazing day because it was my first time to eat maybe somtam. Although I went home when I had a bad stomachache, but it was a funny day and everybody had fun. Maybe parent-child relationship, yeah. So you can show us maybe traveling with your mom or your dad. parent-child relationship. Let's say this photo here, you say, this day I traveled with my mom to Egypt to go and see the pyramids of Giza. It was a long trip, but I was so happy because my mom kept reminding me of how much she loves me and how much I mean to her, and I was so happy. Same with co-worker. Yeah, co-worker. So maybe you can say, we traveled as co-workers. During this time, we had 4 days off, and we decided to go to Kauko. It was a long trip where we went hiking in the mountains, slept in the tent. Everybody had carried her own snacks, and we were busy taking photos and chatting with our friends on Facebook. It can be about traveling. You are a doctor, traveling with your patient. Maybe you can show a photo and show us your patient while you're traveling together. And we get to see a good photo which can show traveling. Maybe this one here. But we need to see the face of your patient here. Maybe you can say, this day my patient had a complication and I didn't have enough equipment in my hospital, so I had to travel with him to Singapore to see another doctor. I was so happy because when we arrived in Singapore, the doctors took care of him and he recovered, and we came back after 1 week. Or maybe you can imagine you were okay and you say, after I stayed in the hospital for so long as a patient, after I recovered, I decided to go on a trip with my doctor and his family as a way of saying thank you. So I took them to Bangkok, where we had fun for 3 days, and we all went back home happy. Then again, now you can show us another photo talking about a different thing. Maybe you're talking about your sibling's birthday. Yeah, sibling birthday. Maybe your brother or your sister's birthday. And you explain to us. Maybe you say, this was during my sister's 5th birthday, and I invited my friend Kim to come and celebrate with us. Our parents bought a big cake. Yeah, we had a lot of snacks. We danced to our favorite music, and we gave her a lot of presents. She was crying like a small baby. So that is a relationship with your sibling, maybe during birthdays. Or still you can use the same photo to talk about friends. Yeah. Maybe this was during my friend Jane, maybe my friend Jane's birthday, which happened in Chai Seng Hotel. We all came together and celebrated with her, and her parents were so happy to see us blowing balloons and dancing with joy. Same with neighbor. Maybe I joined my neighbor Ryan with her, or the other kids were so happy. Although my day was not good because they made the classroom so dirty. Yeah. Maybe you can use such a photo also to talk about parent-child relationship and say, this was your daughter's birthday. So you will say, this was my daughter's 3rd birthday when I took a cake to her at school. She had to celebrate with the classmates, and all of them were so happy. Or you can change and say it was your mom's birthday and you bought a cake at home and celebrated together. Or maybe you can still talk about your teacher's birthday for teacher-student relationship. Yeah. So you say it was during my teacher's birthday where I bought a gift for her, and when I went to school, I handed it over and the teacher was so happy and proud of me. Or you can say you are the teacher and you say, my student had a birthday and because I was so busy, I couldn't buy a cake for her, so I bought a small watch and gave it to her when she came to school. And she really felt good and appreciated. Same with doctor-patient relationship. Maybe your patient was in the hospital and it was her birthday. You had to celebrate it in the hospital. So you can say, my patient was celebrating her 20 or maybe her 50th birthday, and because she was far from her family, I had to buy her a cake and a few snacks, and I celebrated her. Or it's a group, you and the other doctors and nurses celebrated her and sang for her, and she really felt nice. Or you can be the patient and say, your doctor invited you to his house for the birthday where you joined other doctors and nurses, and all of you enjoyed. Then after talking about the birthday, maybe you can talk about a wedding. Yeah, you can talk about a wedding. Maybe your sister's wedding, your teacher's wedding, your neighbor's wedding. Yeah. So the photos, the topics can apply. It can be the same. Yeah. Maybe you can say this was during my sister's wedding with his husband from Canada, which took place maybe in Bangkok Hotel. So you tell us how you went there with your family and everybody was happy and how you felt that day. Maybe you can talk about a friend. This was my friend's birthday, which took place maybe in Nakhon Ratchasima, and I had to go there, although this day I was so busy, I had to stop doing my business to go and attend her wedding because she meant a lot to me. Maybe you want to talk about parent-child relationship. You can say this was during my mother's birthday, yeah, in Promburi, my mother's wedding day. So I had to buy her a bouquet of flowers and handed them over to her. She was so proud of me, and we will always be a family forever. Same thing with teacher. Maybe you are a student here. You can talk about you attended your teacher's wedding and you took her a present. So it's either way. Or maybe it's a co-worker. You can say it was one of your co-workers' wedding. Or you can say maybe you were co-workers in Mekro Simburi and all of you decided to have a wedding on one day, so everybody got ready and you all had to wed 4 people, all the 4 co-workers, so you had a wedding on the same day and all of you were happy and celebrating. Same with doctor-patient. You can talk about maybe your patient recovered and went home and invited you to the wedding. Or maybe your patient was still in the hospital and it was her wedding day. Yeah. So the wife had to come to the hospital for them to have their wedding in the hospital bed. So it's either way. So those are some of the topics you can talk about. You can talk about maybe a birthday, a wedding, traveling together, farming together, farming with your siblings. So you show a photo of you and your sibling, you tell us how you went to the farm, photo of you and your friends farming, with classmates farming, teacher with the student doing farming, parent and child farming, co-workers going out to do farming together, doctor and patient farming. You can talk about playing with your sibling, playing with your friend, playing with your neighbor, playing with your parent, or a child, a parent playing with the child, co-workers playing together, a doctor playing with a patient. You can talk about swimming, So there are many topics you can choose from. Like you can talk about homework. Maybe you and your sibling doing homework. You say, I remember this day my sister had an addition homework and she couldn't understand, so children had to classmates homework with your neighbor, maybe a teacher helping your student to do homework. So there are a lot of things you can talk about. Then also you can even talk about something negative, something which is not so good, like maybe fighting, maybe your siblings, you want to talk about fighting or shouting at each other. Like this photo here, you say, this day I took away all the dolls from my sister and she was crying. I really felt bad. Or I wanted to watch TV and my sister kept the remote, so I slapped her and she cried and my parents were not happy with me. So you are trying to explain the negative things that happen sometimes. Or you can say, I remember this day my friend wanted to use my glasses and I didn't like it, so we had to fight. Or maybe a photo like this, it's not so good, but it's funny. Maybe you can say, this day I didn't do my homework and my teacher reported me to my dad. My dad yelled at me and talked to me for many hours and I was not so happy. Or maybe if it's doctor-patient still, you can talk about how your patient wanted maybe to fight you, because sometimes it can happen. There are crazy patients who can fight you. For example, here you can say, I wanted to inject my patient, but he was afraid of injection, so he started to fight with me and I had to call the police or the nurses. Or maybe classmates fighting over a book. So it's all about using photographs to make your video. Any question? Anybody with any question or something you don't understand?
Teacher,
Yes.
when is the deadline for this project?
You have 1 month, 1 เดือน to prepare. Any question? Any question? Okay, please everybody turn on your camera for 1 minute. I need to take the screenshot, then you can go. Just turn on your camera for 1 minute. Hello. Everybody to turn on his camera. I'm waiting. You guys need to hurry up so that you finish and go to your next class. Don't fear, I'm not looking at your makeup. I just need to see your face only for my record. Number 24 is sleeping. She's like, ugh. Oh my God. Even Suripon is sleeping. Everybody's rubbing their eyes. Oh, Chanunda. How are you? I've never seen you. You're a small kid. Are you in Anuban? I thought Chanunda is somebody very big. Oh, it's a very small kid, eh? เล็กน้อย กินนม ชอบกินอะไร ไก่ทอด
To eat noodle and hamburger.
Is there a hamburger in Siburi or you make at home?
Hamburger of taxi.
Oh. What's happening? Number 4, number 37, 31, number 9, 26. Kanyarat, what happened with your camera? Other students are just sleeping. You others put on the camera and they sleep in bed just listening.
I'm sorry, I can't open a camera.
What's happening, Kanyarat? Why? What are you doing?
I don't
Okay.
know.
I can. Kanyarat is lying to me, I know, but it's okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No smiling, eh? Or you want to smile? 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.